You're invited to come along and join us on the water today as we share our knowledge and passion for the sport of fishing. We don't get to pick the perfect conditions. We don't have days to get the perfect show filmed. What you're watching is the real deal. Sit back and we hope you enjoy the show. And remember to keep it real. Wow, look at these places that we've been. The Real Deal Fishing Show has really done so much in the last 17 years. We fish with many guides, many locations, and this episode, we're going to showcase them for you. We're here with Bill Perino and myself, and we're going to talk about trips, and we're going to take you to a tackle shop. So stay tuned. This episode's going to be a fun one. Wow.
The more line this one holds. That's the one I have. Wide. I want something for my little, not my ultralight rod, but my lighter rod that I like to throw the Binskis on. And my swim baits. Bill Perino, Real Deal Fishing Show. Me and Rich here at Dick's Sporting Goods in Rockaway. Pick up a few things. Get my fishing license. And gravitate towards one of my favorite things to throw, Kitech swing impact swim baits, and it's just not a throw them out there and reel them in bait for me. I like to jig them on deep rocks in my lake or any rocky lake that I have visit in Jersey, and bounce it off the bottom, lift it up, burn it in, slowly retrieve. It's a pretty versatile bait for me. I like to use it like that, slow, fast. Particularly like throwing it real slow, dropping along the bottom, bringing it along the rocks. More monotonous, the more I like it. So I'm gonna get a few of these. Some of my favorite colors, 4-inch. Get some jig heads. Get a couple of these. White. And I'm good to go.
When it comes to cold water fishing, jerk baits is where it's at. But I'm not throwing the chatterbait. And yes, the chatterbait works in cold water. I like throwing jerk baits. And right here I have the Shadow Wrap Shad, slow rising. We have one here that's fast ripping, suspending. So I'm covering different sections of that water column. And then we got the Brat here from Rapala. This is a cool little bait. I'll show it to you. So 3 baits that I would choose to throw right off the start. Rapala. Check them out. Jerk baits, man. You really can't go wrong when you're fishing Elastic. I still love my Z-Man baits. Toughest bait out on the market. You can catch tons of fish on them, and they are a great bait. I'm now seeing that Dick's also here. They carry their full line of hooks and shroom heads, and so this is win-win. Especially when you're dealing with Elastic, it's very tough, and some hooks and screw systems don't work with them. These do, so check it out.
Hi, this is Bill Perino from the Real Deal Fishing Show. I want to go over a few trips that we've been on in the past, me and Richie with the Real Deal. I want to start with the trips to Maine that we went on. First one, I believe it was in 1997. We packed up and we went up to Whisperwood Lodge. I had gone there a couple of years prior, and I convinced Rich, let's go up there and we'll do some bass fishing. What I liked the best up there was the night fishing. It was just awesome. I like throwing the buzz baits and stuff, but the daytime fishing was great as well. We want to show you some clips of how we did up there, and I hope you like it.
Spinner baits. That's the lead right there. Oh yeah. Barely up. It's a Maine smallmouth bass on Popar. Let's do the weight, right? Back into the lake. Fat boy. Largemouth. One of my favorite trips when I look back at the real deal and the trips that we went on and guides that we worked with would probably be Craig Newton and the flow tube trip. Why? Because it was a kind of fishing I've never done and we never featured on the real deal. So we got in the float tubes, we pushed off from the shoreline, and it was just a whole new world. All I can say is when you're fishing and the water is right here, and you're dangling in that water and you're fighting a fish, this is a whole nother form of fishing. It was so cool to be landing fish that were right on the surface with you. And when there's a 2-pounder, 3-pounder just flopping around right next to you, your adrenaline starts pumping. And I would recommend watch the float tube trip. Try to find Craig. This was an awesome guy. He knows his float tube fishing, and pick one up. It's very inexpensive. Float tube run you about $100-$200. Get in a float tube and try float tube fishing because this is fun.
Hi, Bill Perino again for the Real Deal Fishing Show. We want to show you some clips from our trip to Shoreline Camps up in Maine, where we stayed at Big Lake, Mike Lombardo's place. We had a great time up there. The fishing was phenomenal. It's just a beautiful northern wilderness lake up there. Lots of smallmouth, and Grand Lake stream flows right into this lake. We had a great little condo type house that we stayed in right pretty much on the shores of the lake. Which had a full kitchen, 4 bedrooms. Me, Rich, and Dino went up there, and we had a great time for a couple days. We caught smallmouth after smallmouth after smallmouth. Seems like an unlimited supply. We catch fish all day. We really had a great time up there, and we hope to get back there soon, maybe one day. But here, check out some clips with us up in Big Lake, Maine.
Any place you want to go, they'll put you on the fish.
We're gonna put these guys back. We're gonna fish some more. Yeah.
A lot of teeth in that mouth. I don't want them in me.
Our trip to the Whisperwood Lodge and Cottages up in Belgrade, Maine. Me and Richie went up there with the Real Deal, and it was a little intimidating at first when I went originally by myself. It's a large, clear lake, a lot of rock, not a lot of vegetation. That's where I kind of got my love for fishing deeper waters, clear, rocky waters. but that was like the infancy or the early stages of the Real Deal Fishing Show, and it's kind of named the Real Deal because we're just regular guys. We show you how it is. We don't catch anything. We show you how that happens. There's no egos and all that other stuff going on. So we packed up and we went to Maine. We got a nice little cabin right on the shoreline. A beautiful lake, beautiful accommodations, great people up there. We did rather well. During the day it was a little slow. We had some really hot weather up there, but I want to show you some more clips of that trip, and hope you like it.
Largemouth.
Over the course of all these years we've been filming the Real Deal Fishing Show, we really got to work with some great anglers who are very giving and sharing of their knowledge. I want to mention Bill Albright. Bill Albright took us out to Lake Wallenpaupack, and we really learned that day a lot about swim baits and Kytex. Then we did a saltwater trip. We went fluking with Tommy Sherman, Steve Andrusick. We did a shad fishing trip with him. These are guys that are no longer with us, but helped our angling, helped us along the way, and shared their knowledge with us. And I think when we look back at these trips that we went on and these guides that we worked with, we take a little bit of every person that we fished with, we put into our mental tackle box, and we bring it with us for all our trips to come. So we want to thank those people that were giving of their knowledge to the Real Deal, and that's what we're about here. It's a knowledge shared philosophy. We want to educate you, show you what's working, what's not working. If we have a bad trip, like Bill said, we're going to show you. It's real fishing. So thank you for tuning in all these years with us. Our channel has like 1,700,000 views. So thank you for giving us those. And remember, if we see you out on the water, remember to keep it real.